reporting for KGFW, and we're here at Pet Expo to find out what makes a good pet owner. We're in Pet Expo, and we're going to ask a couple people what their jobs are. There sure are a lot of animals here today. We're here at Pet Expo, and this is
Cheryl Bjoin.
Can you tell us what your job is here today?
Well, I'm with the Watonwan County Humane Society, and every other Saturday we come to Pet Expo with doggies and kitties, hoping to find somebody that wants to adopt a doggie or a kitty and take it home.
Is it hard to adopt a pet?
Some of them take a really long time to find a home. The easiest ones to find homes for are the puppies and the kittens, which is really too bad in a lot of ways, because the older dogs and older cats are a lot easier to take care of, and actually sometimes older dogs and older cats are actually better around children too.
What's your favorite part about working with the Humane Society?
My favorite part is after we've adopted a dog or a cat, getting a picture of it in the mail and maybe a letter saying how well the pet is doing, or talking to the people that got the doggy or cat and hearing how well they're doing, and knowing that the people have made the pet a member of their family and that they're taking really good care of it. That's my favorite part.
Would you like to tell us about any of the pets?
Today we have all of the dogs that we brought with us are black labs, and one of you earlier asked me, why do we have so many black labs? And that's because Minnesota is a big lab state. There's lots of lab dogs in Minnesota. We've actually had people drive up from Iowa because they can't find black labs in Iowa, but they can find them in Minnesota. So we have 2 boy labs and 1 girl lab, and actually the girl lab is over there getting adopted right now. And then we have a lot of cats with us, and they are just, every single one of them is a really nice cat. And we have lots of dogs that aren't with us today, and you could find those on our website if you were interested in seeing some different kinds of dogs. We've got an elk hound that just came in, really nice dog, and we've got a couple of huskies that we didn't bring with us today. And some other kinds of dogs. We've got a Great Dane mix, and you could find those on our website, which is www.petcompany.petfinder.com.
Hi, this is Evan Olson reporting for KGFW, and this is
Mike Krause.
Mike. What are the jobs here?
Well, we divide our department into small animals, which is hamsters, rats, rabbits, guinea pigs, that kind of stuff. We have reptiles, which are snakes and lizards. We have the fish department, which we're in front of right now. And then we have the bird department right to the left. So,
what's the hardest part about your job?
Hardest part is there's a lot of cleanup. The animals like to go to the bathroom, and we have to clean it up.
On the flip side, what's the best part about your job?
Well, we work at a pet store, so it's kind of fun just to play with the animals and things like that.
Could you show us a few of the different animals you have here?
Yeah, why sure, yes we can.
So Mike, where are we right now?
Right now we're in the aquatic cove. The way we have the cove split up is where we're in right now. This is all peaceful fish. They get along with everybody. Across the room we're going to have saltwater fish that live in the ocean, so we can go over there.
I see a sea anemone right over there. Okay, Mike, tell us about some of these creatures right over here.
Well, if you can see, we got starfish right here. And then if you look in this tank, basically everything in there is living. So that's called corals, and there's some fish in there, some starfish, some shrimp.
Well, I see some doryfish right over here from Finding Nemo. So So that's pretty cool. Here we are over at the ferret place. So these are some of the ferrets.
These are ferrets. They make good pets. They like to play.
Hey ferret, do you like being here? I took that as a yes. Oh sweetie, I get to hold a snakey. Oh sweet. So Mike, where are we right now?
Right now we're in the reptile section. And these are some snakes. This is a gopher snake right next to you.
It's like wants to crawl up my heel.
Yeah.
What's he doing right now?
Right now he's just exploring. If you notice his color, he's what's called an albino. So he's going to be not the normal color you would see outside.
I'm getting covered in
Hold
lizards.
him and this one will hold out there.
I like lizards. Here I am over with some bearded lizards. Michael, are these things poisonous?
No, they're not very poisonous. They try to look tough. They got a lot of little spines, but they won't really hurt you.
Hey guys! I'm holding some bearded dragons. Okay, now we're here with
Joan.
John. Can you tell us about this thing that I'm holding?
I sure can. This is a sulcata tortoise.
It's so small.
It is so small. Do you know how big these guys are going to get?
Not that big.
They are going to get like that big. A male sulcata tortoise can weigh 200 pounds.
Holy cow, that's 25 pounds less than my dad.
Wow.
And my dad's almost 40.
But your dad doesn't need a big backyard to graze in, does he?
No.
No. He needs a great big backyard to graze in.
How long do these things live for?
They will outlive you. They can live 100 to 150 years old.
Holy cow! Is there anything else we can look at?
Sure.
Like that lizard right over there?
We can look at the geckos. I think that's what you're looking at, is it?
Yeah.
All right.
What is this thing, John?
This is a leopard gecko.
Wow, it surely looks like a leopard too. Do these things bite?
Anything with teeth can bite, but these don't usually bite. These are good lizards to start with. They're very, very gentle. They like to live in the sand. You know where they come from?
I'm guessing in North America.
They're native to Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
So Asia. Yep. And the big part of the tail here, your friend said you couldn't tell the difference between the head and the tail. This part of the tail is where they store their food. So he has lots of creamed crickets in there.
I'm Brianna Keeper reporting for KGFW. Here's the tarantulas. We're not going to play with them. All right, now we're interviewing
Sarah Peterson.
Sarah, can you tell us about the animals you're holding?
Yep, right now we've got 3 different types of guinea pigs. We have a Peruvian, which has the very long hair. We've got an Abyssinian, which has long hair with little colics, and then we've just got a silky guinea pig.
What are some things a guinea pig owner should know?
A guinea pig owner should know that they like to make lots of funny noises. They'll make love sounds, and they also like to eat hay.
I've noticed that.
How old do guinea pigs get?
Guinea pigs can be 5 to 8 years.
Can we look at any other animals?
Yep, I can bring you right over to the bunnies.
Oh, Sarah, what are we looking at now?
We're looking at a few different bunnies.
What kind of bunnies are these?
We've got a Holland Lop, we've got a Netherland Dwarf, and we've got a Lionhead.
What should a rabbit owner know?
Well, like the guinea pigs, they also like to eat their hay. And one thing that a lot of people don't know is rabbits like to play with toys.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. Is there anything else you would like to tell us about?
I think that's about it, unless you guys have any questions.
Thanks for the tour. We got a big surprise outside.
Sounds good.
Oh, we like most people in here?
You guys are a good group.
I am Evan Olson reporting for KGFW, and this is...
Nate Nelson with limousine out of Mankato.
Man, this is quite the ride. Where'd you get this thing?
We got it off of eBay. We got a sweet deal. Have you ever used the internet before?
Yeah, I have. Mr. Werner teaches about it. So how many of these things do you have?
Oh, we got 4 limos right now. We got the Navigator stretch limo, we got a Hummer limo, and we got 2 Lincoln limos.
Is this one the biggest?
Yeah, it's the biggest we got. It's a 12 passenger. It's a 2001.
Is it scary driving one of these things?
At first it was. Probably the hardest part is backing it up, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
Does this thing use a lot of gas?
That's right. That's why we have 2 gas tanks.
How can some people get a hold of you if they ever want to ride?
You can just call 420-5466 or just go to their website at www.420limo.com.
Mr. Nelson, we think you are the greatest.
This is Cindy Fromm reporting for KGFW, and we're going to have an interview on railroad safety. Today we're here with...
Jack Anderson.
What is your job?
I'm the Chief Mechanical Officer for the Minnesota Prairie Line, Twin Cities and Western Railroad, and Red River Valley and Western Railroad.
And why are you here today?
We are here to do an Operation Lifesaver program for your school. We were asked to come to do that by your school. There's been some problems in Fairfax with kids walking underneath train cars when they're trying to get home from school, so we're here to try to make sure that they won't do that anymore.
What kind of things do you use to teach the kids?
Well, we use a Sly Fox video, which is about a 7 or 8 minute video that uses a fox and a bird. The fox is always the one that's messing things up, and the bird's trying to straighten the fox out. And finally the fox sees the light and is a safe traveler as well. And we also use flip charts. This is our Welcome to the Operation Lifesaver program. It's broken down into K through 3 and then 4 through 7. We're talking about not putting things on the tracks in this picture. It shows a spike, a can, and a coin on the rail. And the thing that we're trying to purvey here is that if you put stuff on the tracks, it'll come flying back at you like missiles and bullets. Our next picture portrays people throwing things at trains. And, you know, I asked the kids, would you throw something at me when I'm standing here right now? And they say, well, no. I said, well, some kids think it's okay to throw things at the train when they're running down the tracks, and there's a guy like me sitting right in there, and so you could hurt him, or the other thing is you could hurt yourself, because whatever you throw at the train is going to bounce back and could hit you as well. And our next picture shows 2 guys in a boxcar, and the message here is that we do not want you to be crawling around on cars or inside of cars, under cars. Our next picture shows a guy crawling in between cars, and this is where we have a long conversation with your students in this school, because this is what's happening over in Fairfax, and it's a dangerous situation. Just because the cars are sitting there doesn't mean they can't move at any time. The bridge is another thing that you don't want to be out on when a train comes. There's no sidewalk on a bridge. If a train comes out on the bridge, you're going to have to jump off the bridge in order to avoid getting hit by the train. It's open underneath, so sometimes you could be walking along and trip in there, and your leg will go down in between the ties, and you might break your leg. And then we talk about tunnels, and we spent a little more time on the bridges, but I said there aren't too many tunnels around here, but if you'd move and you went into a tunnel, there's only room for the train in the tunnel, so never go into a tunnel on a railroad track. And this particular shot here shows it looks pretty good, except for the fact that they should be a little further away from the tracks. Reason being is that you never know what's dragging off the side of a car, or if the load would shift. If it was pipes or something on there, the load would shift and start rolling out at you. So, you know, about 75 feet away at the minimum is where we'd like to see you, standing away from the railroad tracks. And then you could wave from there and everybody'd be happy. And our last slide is look, listen, and live. When you come up to a road, you want to look both ways, You want to turn your radio down, your heater off, crack your window a little bit, and listen for a train. And then you'll be living tomorrow. Okay?
We'd like to thank Jack Anderson for giving us the presentation today. I also like to say thank you to my cameraman, Joey Bree. Hi, we're reporters from KGFW, and this is Samantha and Ashley Tim, and we're going to be interviewing the mayor of Gibbon, Minnesota, Dennis Now. Sound good to you, Samantha? Hi, this is Samantha Kutch, and we're going to be interviewing the mayor of Gibbon.
My name is Dennis Naw, and welcome.
What inspired you to run for mayor?
My wife made me do it.
What is one of the biggest challenges that you see of being the mayor?
We have a number of things we'd like to do in this town. We would like to work on the park and make it a better place for kids and adults, and we're going to do that. We're going to improve the park, and we'd also like to improve the community center.
I am going to have one of my friends help me today. Her name's Ashley. Is that okay?
That would be fine.
Ashley, you can ask the question. Dennis, how would you describe Gibbon from someone that isn't around here?
I would say it is a very nice town. It's a population of approximately 800 people, where most people know one another, where they say hi to their neighbors walking down the street. They wave at people when they go by in a car, and it's a pleasant place to live. And we have very few traffic jams here.
What would you like to do accomplish as a mayor?
I would like it if the citizens here could become a little bit more secure in finding places to work. We don't have an awful lot of jobs in this community, and sometimes when kids such as yourself grow up, they find that they're forced to move to bigger cities because they have to find work. And we would like to have the economy improve here so that won't happen.
What are some things about Gibbon that you really like?
The thing I like most are the band concerts in July on a Friday night. Isn't that what you like most?
Yeah, I like those.
Okay.
Why would that be one of the things you like?
Well, I love music. I love to sit out on my front porch and listen to that band play and then walk across the street and buy pie.
Has being the mayor of Gibbon had a positive effect on you?
Well, I don't know. My wife doesn't yell at me quite as much anymore, so yes, it has.
When people look back at your time of being mayor, how would you like them to remember you?
Well, I think when I'm done being mayor, most people are going to look at me and say, you know, he wasn't quite as bad as we thought he'd be.
Any advice for kids who would want to be mayor someday?
Yes, you have to get involved in the city. You have to get involved in your community. You have to start volunteering for things, and that way you'll get a little bit of practice at it, and you'll know what it means to work for the good of a community.
Good advice.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I'm going to let you ask this next question. What are some other jobs and hobbies that you have?
Well, one of my hobbies is reading. I was supposed to be an English teacher. That's what I went to college for, but I never taught. But I do read extensively. Another one, as you can probably guess, is picture framing, by all the pictures around here. And that's a very enjoyable hobby. You learn a lot about art, you learn about craftsmanship, you learn about color. And you can also make your grandchildren look good.
Do you have a lot of grandchildren?
Yes, I have 3, and about 96% of another one, being my daughter's due in 2 days. And my son's wife is due in May, so at the end of May I'll have 5 grandchildren. And they're lucky kids because they all look exactly like me.
Would you like to share anything else with us?
It's very nice for you to interview people such as myself, and I know that you've interviewed, I'm probably the least famous person you've ever interviewed. People like Roger Erickson and Glenn Taylor, and I'm sure you will probably be talking in a number of weeks to George W. Bush, so...
Can we take a look at any of your artwork?
You certainly may. Let me bring you over here.
So what are we looking at now?
We're looking at the various types of picture frames that are available. As you can see, there's hundreds and hundreds of different types. The art to making a picture frame is the ability to cut the molding a very exact angle. These are then glued together, and then there's a reinforcements put in. You can see that little V there? That's actually a strip of steel that goes in there about a ½ inch. And there's another one up here, so that they become strong. The other choices that have to be made are mats. Generally speaking, in pictures, there's a mat. For example, this picture here is by a very popular English artist. She's roughly about 75 years old, and she's one of the more popular artists in England. There's a print underneath this, and then this mat is cut out. And the mat is made or picked out to accentuate the colors in the print. This is then mounted under glass and assembled in a picture frame, and you end up with something that makes your wall look a little more interesting than if it's just a plain bare color.
So Dennis, where do a lot of these quotes come from?
My wife makes most of them. That one, that one, that one, that one. I guess she made all of them actually. So when I'm at home, I'm very warm. I don't have to worry about getting cold in the wintertime.
You know, it's kind of nice having you as a neighbor.
Well, it's kind of nice having you come over and play basketball, and I hope one day you beat Sam, my other neighbor, in basketball.
I hoped that too. Thanks for being such a great mayor, Gibbon.
Well, you're certainly welcome.
And that's a wrap from downtown Gibbon. Hi, we're here at the bakery, and we're going to go see how many pastries they have. We're here with
Leon Thorson.
What's your most popular items?
The most popular roll that we sell is the cinnamon fries. It's the favorite of the kids, along with chocolate donuts.
Yeah, those look good. When do people buy the most donuts here?
Saturday mornings is our busiest.
What do you call all your items here?
We got cake donuts, twists, glazed rolls, flips, Bismarcks, snails, long johns, custard filled. We have buns, bread.
I like the coconut custard, chocolate donuts, sugar donuts, twists, everything. The only thing that I am kind of shaky on not liking is these. Let's see what Evan likes. Okay, I like these ones, the custard definitely. I like the cinnamon. I like the twists, and that's pretty much it. How do you get the bread sliced?
With the bread slicer in the back. If you want to follow me back, we can show you the bread slicer.
Sure. So what is Terry doing here?
She's putting bread in the gravity chute, and then it'll come out the bottom all sliced with gang blades. Got a whole loaf of bread.
I'm sure if you put two of them together, it'd make a really big sandwich.
Now it's all sliced.
How do you guys glaze the donuts?
After they're fried, then they're dipped in a bucket of glaze, and then they're set on a screen to drip and set up. And while they're dripping and setting up, we do the long johns and cinnamon fries, Bismarcks, all at the same time. Early in the morning, at about 5:30 in the morning, they're done.
What time of the day do you get up to start making all this stuff?
On an average day, I can usually get here at about 3:15. Some days, if there's more to do, I come in an hour earlier, and if there's a lot to do, I sometimes come in at midnight.
3:15, that's when we get out of school.
12 hours later, I come in at 3:15 a.m.
Ooh, I'm fast asleep at that time, unless I have a bad dream. What's this thing we're standing in front of right now?
That is the mixer. It's a 140 quart mixer, and this is the bowl and the hook that goes with it for mixing. Your mom's mixer that big?
What do you use to mix in this bowl and mixer?
We put the flour in, the shortenings are up here. We got our ingredients for sugar, salt, milk powder, and pastry flours underneath. They all get added together in a recipe which goes in the bowl with water and yeast, and then we mix. And from there it goes over to our big bench for preparation to cut it up.
What is this thing we're standing in front of now?
This is called the bread sheeter. It's where we would throw a 1.5 pound chunk of raw dough through it, and it flattens it out with the rollers, which then it is rolled up with the screen here, and it comes out the bottom of in between here, and it's a loaf of bread that's raw and needs to rise in the proof box, which is down here ways.
Boy, there's a lot of buns on that table. What's going on over there?
I'm getting ready to slice those buns to get them ready for delivery to an account that we have in Stewart.
Must be a lot of hamburgers over there.
They serve a lot of burgers up there.
Do you make any special items for holidays?
Every holiday we put out special items. Like the holiday that's coming next is St. Patrick's Day, and there is cookies here that have been made up just for a special bank order for St. Patrick's Day cookies. And otherwise, yeah, we make something for every holiday.
What's this big thing in the back of the room?
That's my baking oven.
What do you use to bake in such a big oven?
We have that big of an oven to keep up with the volume needed to sell, and that oven we can put out 64 loaves of bread in about 15 minutes, and we can put out about 60 dozen buns in about 7 minutes.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we go today?
Just that I hope to keep business going in Gibbon and want to be here for several more years.
Thanks, Leanne, and thanks for having us here today, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
This is Rebecca Clare reporting live for KGFW, and we're at Tom's Bowling Lanes. Can you tell us a little bit about your bowling alley?
Oh, I guess I can. I bought this last year because I thought the bowling alley was going to close, and I bowled for probably about 30 years, and I thought it'd be a place for the kids to go and something for the people to do in the winter.
How long has this been open?
The bowling alley opened in 1956, and I believe I'm the fourth or fifth owner of it.
Do you know who the first owner was?
I know his name was Miff, but I can't think of his last name, and then it was Larry Hopp, Charlie Albrecht, Mike Daly, and then myself.
We have one question to ask you that we've been wanting to ask for a long time. When we bowl and it hits the pins, how does it come back to us?
When you throw it down in behind the machine, there's a ball wheel back there that picks up your ball. It turns it around and it puts it on a rack, and it comes back down here all the way to the end.
Can we fire up the lanes to see how it works?
You sure can.
We'll use some of the KGFW kids to show us how this is done. Hi, Tom. What's going on?
All right. When they throw the ball up in front and they hit the pins, you'll see the pins go down here. There's a board that shakes. That shakes all the boards, and they go into this big wheel, and they go around. Then when they go up on top of a tray up here, and it sorts them. Everyone goes in a little basket up in the front. So you can probably see that on the other picture. Yep. And then when that's all full, they'll drop. See, now his ball came back, and then it'll go back out to where they are.
I've always wondered what goes on back here.
Yeah, a lot of people do. They think you just hit the pins and everything just no noise, no nothing. But there's a lot of machinery back in here.
Let's go up front and see how the guys are bowling.
Okay.
All right, Tom. This all stuff is all confusing. It's all computerized.
Yes, when I bought the place, it was called telescoring, and you wrote the names down and it showed them on top. But I had a chance to buy these from another bowling alley, and I thought everybody else is going into computers, so I thought I'd try them in here.
It makes scoring a lot more easier for everyone, huh?
Yes, it does. The only thing is, when teachers come in here with kids, they like to see them score, so they learn how to add.
I can understand that. Why are these dots on the floor?
They're to mark to where you stand. Everybody throws the ball a little different, and when you find your place to stand, you can use those dots to line up on. Like maybe you want to put your right foot in the middle dot and the left one over, but everybody goes a little bit different.
Right now we're gonna see how the KGFW kids how they're gonna bowl. How are you doing in the game? Bad. I don't know.
Good. Well, actually bad.
Good. I guess. That's good. Yeah, it is.
My name is Joy Breeze, and I want to see how more people are bowling. It's pretty cool out here. Had you got some good luck bowling today?
No, not really.
Get any strikes or spears?
Nope.
Are you keeping the ball out of the gutter?
I don't know. This is only my second time around.
Well, good luck to you. Everybody's gonna bowl at the same time. Let's see if anybody gets a strike. This should be interesting.
First, I'd like to say thanks to my camera gal, Ashley Tim. Thanks, Ash.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us, Tom. We had a great time.
Well, thank you, and you guys can come back anytime, and I hope you learned something about bowling and how the machines work.
We sure did. This is Rebecca Clear, and I approve this message.